biggest thing I've learned about my presentation in the world is how often I code switch. During the night, I'm a radical queer activist in Portland, dressed in all black, protesting, and wearing my favorite shirt that says homosexual tendencies with a skull on it. During the night, I say what I believe, and I don't worry what anyone thinks about me. I just say the things. I yell racism is bad. I yell cis heterosexism is bad. I'm surrounded by people who agree with me, and it feels good. In those moments, I never filter my queerness. I never question my worth as a queer person. I am in community, and I know I am liked because of my queerness. At night, I present to the world totally authentically. During the day, when I go to work, things are different. When I go to work, I code switch. I carry my queerness with me, but I wear it in an expensive blazer, an expensive shirt, and expensive pants. At work, I still say cis heterosexism is bad, but I say it in a way my employers like to hear. I calmly suggest policy changes to include queer people. I calmly request people use correct pronouns. At work, while my queerness is visible, I present it in a way that is digestible to my employer. I do this on purpose, and I know that I'm doing it. I know that if I dress expensive and put my wealth, privilege, identity at front, my leadership will take me and my ideas more seriously. If I dress in a blazer, I'm suddenly seen as an expert. My mom and I were talking about this today. My mom is my best friend. She's conservative and she's wealthy. I was telling her what I had learned in this class about how one of my identities can feel so different based on the system I am in. Her response was to remind me that at work, how I dress, how I hold my posture, how I walk, how I cut my hair, and how I speak will determine how someone judges me within 30 seconds. She reminded me that if I wear my expensive clothes at work, people will take me seriously. There was my mom just today reminding me how to code switch. There was my mom telling me to lead with my privilege, with the wealth privilege she gave me, so that her queer child would be treated nicer at work. It's hard to hear. I hate that if I lead with my wealth privilege, people will overlook their perceived deficits of my queerness and take me seriously. Like me, my mom knows that the most present interactions at play in my professional work are my queerness and my wealth privilege. My mom therefore teaches me how to navigate my identities at work and use my privilege in service of my oppression. She literally teaches me how to dress in a way that I can infiltrate a system and dismantle oppressive structures from the inside. I'm grateful that my mom teaches me how to present my queerness in a way that is digestible within a professional system, but I wish I did not have to make myself digestible. I wish I could just show up to work in my radical queer identity, in my nighttime protest clothes, wearing my combat boots. Years of making myself an easily digestible queer is why I want to be a leader. I want to be a leader because I want to figure out ways we can improve systems so queer people can be viewed as experts whether or not they have money or wear blazers. I want to be a system where queer people can wear whatever they want and be exactly who they are. I don't want future generations to have to code switch to be included. I want to show up with and for my community by being a system where future generations of queers don't have to sit on the phone with their mom and plan how to be digestible at work. I want to show up with and for my community by creating systems where queer people are taken seriously, no matter how they dress or how they perform their gender. I want to be a system that fights against toxic capitalist power structures that equate wealth with worth. I want to be a system that leans into radical inclusivity, knowing that who we are is always enough, no matter how we code our gender, how we cut our hair, or how straight we stand or sit up. I want to be a system where nobody has to code switch. I want to be an inclusive leader because I'm tired of code switching. I don't like what I see when I look through a lens of intersectionality and notice that page by day and page by night show how someone can have the exact same identity, which can show up completely differently based on which system we are in. Nighttime page thinks about daytime page and wonders, was I authentic today? Did my code switching take it too far? Did I betray my radical nighttime self by putting on a blazer and impressing leadership? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if code switching is in integrity or not. I tell myself it is. I tell myself it is okay to dress expensive and speak using words from graduate school if that will get me accepted into leadership circles. What I've learned over the past couple weeks in this class is that whether I am dressed in all black at night or wearing a blazer in the day, I'm still the same person with the same queer identity. Daytime page is just nighttime page wearing a costume in order to sneak into the system and dismantle cis heterosexism in ways that can help liberate large groups of people. It makes me wonder, what if code switching and altering how I present to the world is actually subversive if I do it to create change that dismantles oppression?